I am truly sorry that you have been injured in a car crash or a workplace injury. I would like to guide you through the detailed processes we use in my office to increase your chances of a successful recovery and possible settlement for your injuries. This process helps you recognize that you are often forced to take on tasks you wouldn't have to go through if you were not injured. I do know this is a total interruption to your normal life. Believe me, I understand the frustration you are probably going through after being injured in a situation that most likely wasn't your fault. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and focusing on getting well as soon as possible is clearly the best way out of the situation. I will need your help in navigating this medico-legal process. There are a few things I need your cooperation and compliance with as we work together through your recovery. You really must keep your appointments in my office. First, being here is what helps you get well, and second, missing an appointment suggests to the other side that you are not as injured as you are. And to be honest, if I suspect that you are not being truthful with me about your injuries, thinking that might get an increased settlement at the end of your case, I will know based on the testing I do, and we will have a serious discussion, and you may be dismissed from care. If you have an attorney, I will send a report indicating my opinion. I simply cannot make more out of a case than there is, nor will I risk my 45-plus-year license for an unethical gain. Honestly, this has only happened in my office just a handful of times, so I might not have even needed to mention it. I will also certainly not make any less of your case or attempt to minimize your injuries in order to settle the case quickly. I use a significant amount of technology, including digital testing and appropriate AI-guided documentation, to objectively prove your symptoms were a result of the car crash or work injury and document any possible lasting effects that sometimes occur with these types of cases. I am a member of the Academy of Chiropractic, which provides the latest research on diagnosing and treating spinal-related conditions, and I am a fellow primary spine care candidate. Being extremely detailed in the initial examination and subsequent encounters with clinical competence and personal integrity is the best way I can help you get back at least a portion of the loss of your normal life as a result of this unfortunate injury. It is crucial to understand and identify the symptoms you have and properly associate them with the mechanism of injury. As you may already be aware, I utilize a software system that enables you to confirm the status of your current symptoms each time you visit my office for treatment. Please provide as much detail and accuracy as possible with this system. You have the opportunity to create a detailed story of your recovery by filling in information on each visit. If you have any additional information to share during a visit, please write it on the Patient Visit Services documentation form. This is the form you bring back to me in the treatment room on each visit, allowing me to add it to your daily documentation. I will also provide you with detailed instructions on how to enter your information into the computer in my office accurately. There are legal and financial forms that you will need to sign that will properly communicate how I am to be paid for the services you receive from me. Your bill for my services is ultimately your responsibility, and I never agree to take less than my listed fees for the services you receive from me. This is regardless of whether you have an attorney working for you or not. I will not negotiate or settle for less than the final statement for my services. If you have an attorney working with you, it is not my responsibility to ensure that you receive a cash settlement by agreeing to a discount on my bill. The best way for a case to work out for all parties is always to tell the truth about your healthcare status in your documentation. That way, you never have to remember what you said. And in the unlikely event that your case would ever go to court, everything is accurate and will be based on the exact truth of your injuries and level of recovery. In my office, most treatments associated with personal injury or work-related cases are typically completed within 3 to 6 months. Sometimes there are extenuating circumstances that may cause treatment to go a little longer than that, but that is rare. We will complete your documentation by the end of the day of your visit using our detailed electronic health record so that we can stay current with your records. If you have an attorney, we typically do not have control over when your case will settle. as you have a 2-year period after the date of the injury to file a lawsuit in court, and they are the experts in settling your case. In fact, 95% of cases settle before going to court. I have found that providing excellent documentation, which is the reason for this communication, often allows the case to settle before going to court, because the seriousness of the injury has already been established and proven in the medical records. Many times, an attorney may suggest that you keep a daily pain diary to help you remember information that you would want to remember concerning facts of your condition and your recovery. I think it is a very good idea. However, if you use the documentation system available in this office, you will accurately communicate your progress on the days of your visits in great detail. Your clinical findings may require additional diagnostic studies. We may order tests such as X-rays, MRIs, nerve conduction studies, and consultations with other medical practitioners as needed to confirm your diagnosis and ensure you receive all necessary treatments. If any other doctor has seen you or you have visited a hospital or urgent care facility prior to your appointment with me, I will need all the records from those facilities. Please contact those facilities and request a disc containing any images that were taken. I need to read and create my own reports for any X-rays, CT scans, and MRIs, instead of relying on the radiologist's written reports, as research indicates a 42% error rate in those reports. Please send them to my office. Alternatively, you can pick up the report disc or paper reports at the facility and bring them to my office. We need your complete records in our office while you are being treated. Please provide the police report or initial work injury report for our documentation so that we have it on file for reference if needed. If you have any photos of your damaged car or injuries, please email them to drrob@sheelycairo.com. Please send them in their original photo size so we can obtain the best images for your case. If you have any questions about your care, please don't hesitate to ask. I am here to help you recover from your injury and, if desired, assist you in maintaining your health after you are discharged. Please ask me about my preventive health care programs when your case is completed. I have one last thought for personal injury patients. I almost hesitate to share this because it doesn't have any bearing on your care right now. However, you should check with your insurance agent and ask about the level of MedPay coverage you have on your car insurance. Even if you decided not to have full coverage, you can still request a MedPay provision. Most MedPay plans cover $5,000 to $10,000 that you can use for direct medical expenses associated with an accident, regardless of whether the accident is someone else's fault or your own. The reason for this is that a single trip to the hospital after an accident can cost $10,000. And if you have a $25,000 MedPay policy, which I would recommend as a minimum, it will also cover any passengers you have with you, thereby protecting them and you from being responsible for their healthcare costs if the accident is your fault. And it is literally one of the least expensive options to add to your coverage, costing just a few dollars a month. Check with your insurance agent. They are the ones who know the details. I deal with whatever insurance you currently have. Hopefully, you will never experience another injury. I am sure you will agree that this one was quite enough. Lastly, feel free to explore the constantly changing information on www.sheelycairo.com. I am glad you chose my team and me to help you. I promise we will take great care of you.